one or all. This evening I'm doing a video of St. Lucy Parish Church. I'm in the north of the island this evening. And I'm doing a video of St. Lucy's Parish Church. To the north, yeah, this is to the north of the island. So first of all, this road here will take you back to the rum distillery known as Mount Gay Rum Distillery. Mount Gay is the oldest rum in Barbados and in the world. Mount Gay Rum Distillery was established in 1703. Mount Gay Rum Distillery is up to here. And this road will take you back to Jersey Hill and back to Fairfield, St. Lucy, where our first Prime Minister, father of independence and national hero, the Right Excellent Walter Barrow was born and raised. You can see the ruins for the old Fairfield plantation. You can see all up in Fairfield. You can also access the Mountain View and Jersey Hill, St. Lucy from here as well. This here will take you back to River Bay and Paikana and Connell Town and that area up there. Parish of St. Lucy this evening, which is to the north of the island. And I'm going to do a walk around the church, St. Lucy Parish Church. I will walk around the church. Yeah. So I'm to the north of the island, as I said before. I'm to the north of the island. Yeah. And I'm in the countryside as well. St. Lucy is also a rural parish. It is the northernmost parish in Barbados. So this is the roundabout, the Theodore Branker roundabout. The only parish that borders St. Lucy is the parish of St. Peter. Before I take you around the church and so on, this road here will take you back to Allendale, which is St. Lucy. It will take you back to Highway 28, which is not on the map by the way. Into St. Peter. This is the Theodore Branker roundabout, outside of St. Lucy Parish Church. So this is the Theodore Branker, the St. Lucy's Parish Church here. So looking back at Fairfield, St. Lucy. So this is the mural graphic. First of all, St. Lucy Parish Church was built in 1837. This is the mural graphic outside the church. St. Lucy's Parish Church, the mural graphic. Our Prime Minister, our first Prime Minister, father of independence and national hero, the Right Excellent Walter Barrow. So this thing is depicting all things in St. Lucy. You can see the cane truck here. The cane truck delivering canes to the factory. They are free sugar factory. You see the farm provisions, the vegetables and the fruits. Advertising for the animals for our cave. will take you guys in the churchyard shortly. So I'll take you guys around the church. Back up floor. St. Lucie. This road will take you further north, all the way up north, all the way up to River Bay and Animal Flower Cave. We'll take you to Pie Corner and that area as well. You see the Meridian Window Company that manufactures windows. Meridian Windows. So I'm in the countryside and I'm way up north. Well, in Barbados, north is referred to as down. So I'm way down north. St. Lucie Parish Church is another historic church, as I said before. It dates back to 1837. St. Lucie's Parish Church bears some resemblance to St. Peter's Parish Church, which is in Spikestown. St. Peter. So this is the church cemetery. As I said before, the only parish that borders St. Lucie is St. Peter. St. Peter and St. Lucie are the two northern parishes here on the island of Barbados. I will start with this monument here. This monument commemorates the site. First of all, this was the site of the Parish School, the Parish Secondary School, named after two bishops, named after Bishop Thomas Parry. The Parish Secondary School was on this site from 1881 to 1952 when it amalgamated with the Coleridge School, which is further down in St. Peter, and it was renamed the Coleridge and Parish School, and it moved to Ashton Hall, St. Peter. It was named after Bishop William Hart Coleridge, the one who built all these chapels of these churches here. Most of these Anglican churches were built between the 1830s. The ones built between the 1830s were built under Bishop Hart Coleridge's tenure as bishop. So they amalgamated the two schools in 1952, and it was renamed the Coleridge and Parry Secondary School, which is at Ashton Hall, St. Peter. These are the list of headmasters who would have served the school from 1881 until its closure in 1952. The former bishop, Rufus Broom, was a student of the Parish School, I think. So this monument is in the churchyard on the site of which was the Parish School. Okay, let me go through some of the historic graves here. The grave of James Cameron Tudor, who was born the 18th of October 1919 and died the 9th of July 1995. Former Deputy Prime Minister, Minister of Education, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Parliamentary Representative for St. Lucie from 1952 to 1971. Cameron Tudor's grave. The grave of Joseph St. Clair Yearwood, Civil Crown of Merit, and his wife Aldora Odessa Yearwood, and his daughter Faith Delia Yearwood. So a lot of senators and so on are laid to rest here, well-known people. So Branston R. Collymore, late senator and former head of the Barbados Civil Service, born 1931 and died in 2004. The grave of Alwyn Wesley Griffith, born 1936 and died in 2023. Alwyn Griffith is also laid to rest here. 2 Timothy 4 verse 7, I have fought the good fight, I have finished the race, I have kept the faith. Sleep on and take your rest. At the going down of the sun, in the morning we will remember you. Let's go to St. Lucy's Parish Church. So in the parishes of St. Lucy and St. Peter, you will come across the persons with the following last names. A lot of Bowens, Boyces, Thompsons, Graves, Rocks, Johnsons. Most of them are Scantleberries are from St. Lucy or St. Peter. Cleota Elise Bowen and Jeffrey Livingston Bowen. Tara Thompson, former minibus owner, is also laid to rest here. He used to own B68, that is run Spikestone Route. The minibus, the yellow bus. The boys, Clarence Boys. Camille Allman Brathwaite. Yes, guys. My cousin, Reverend Curtis Goodrich, used to be the Reverend here. He was the priest here for almost 40 years, from 1984 to 2024. Curtis Goodrich was the priest here at St. Lucy for many years. 40 or close to 40 years he served as the Reverend here at St. Lucy. The Whitehead family grave here. So I'm in the country, as I said before, I'm in the countryside. St. Lucy is a very far parish. They have a lot of wards in St. Lucy as well. A lot of wards are from the parish of St. Lucy. The churchyard. Basil Wendell Jordan and his wife Gladys Rosaline Jordan. St. Lucy Parish Church is closed most of the time. The only way we get into this church is if there's a service or a funeral going on. I will be able to get into this church. This church bears some resemblance to that of St. Peter's Parish Church, which is in the neighboring parish of St. Peter in a place called Spikestone. So making my rounds to the churchyard. The Harris family, Helena Harris, who died at 83 years on the 4th of February 1960, and son Lemuel Roy Harris, who died at 69 years in 1990. So this is another Anglican church, another historic church in Barbados. So the grave of Dame Orgolotsi and her husband Edward T. Seal, Edward Seal, which should be her father-in-law, her husband's father, and her husband Grafton Dick Seal, and Orgolotsi, Dame Orgolotsi. Dame Orgolotsi was born on the 26th of December 1918 in British Guyana. She moved to Barbados in 1963. So her husband was the Barbadian, and Orgolotsi was a Guyanese, a Portuguese Guyanese, almost like white, and she moved to Barbados in 1963. She used to work at the charity. She used to do the charity work, and she was also the one for the. She used to work at the radio station. She used to work at Radio Demerara first, and then when she moved to Barbados, she worked at Radio Fusion, which is now Starcom Network or Voice of Barbados. She used to work there. She used to have the children's program on a Saturday mornings. She used to do the Navy Children's Fund here in Barbados, helping the poor people in Barbados and the less fortunate. She also used to do the shipping fund run, and she was a very nice woman. She is now laid to rest here. She died at the age of 92. After falling from her home from the stairs in her home. She bought 7 fractured 7 bones while maneuvering in her house in 2010 December, and died. She succumbed to the injuries on the 4th of February 2011. May they rest in peace. Yesterday, St. Lucy's Parish Church, here in the north of the island. All for St. John for the funeral services, funeral directors. Agbadamashi, the man from Nigeria. Agbadamashi, he is buried here. And his family also buried here. The owner of St. John Funeral Home. He's from Nigeria. He's buried here. The church hall. This is the Skeet and Gooding family, Skeet family grave. All here is graves, graves, graves. Just graves everywhere around here. There's graves, graves, graves. The church hall, church center. This way now will lead about to Checker Hall via Babs in St. Lucy and back to St. Peter via Six Men's, and it will lead about to Spikestown, St. Peter. This is all the Charles Duncan O'Neill Highway, which is in St. Lucy. Named after former Member of Parliament, former national hero Charles Duncan O'Neill, who was also related to our Prime Minister, Barbados. Let me go to watching now. A blessed evening. All the church here again, St. Lucy Parish Church. Let me go to watching now. And do have a blessed and by the way, this is the only female parish in Barbados. After former patron St. Lucy of Syracuse. You know, support is appreciated. Thank all of you to support my channel. Thanks for watching now. Have a blessed evening.